Welcome to Unit 3, Live Your Best Life. This is me again, Mr. Jamar Largo de la Cruz. I hope you will enjoy learning and you will stay with me until the end. See you. For the English for Effective Communication, Unit 3, Live Your Best Life. Okay, it's me again, Mr. Jamar Largo de la Cruz. So let's proceed now to our objective. So here, understand vocabulary related to health and lifestyle. So you can also use and construct comparative and superlative degrees in the sentence and review the adverbs also. You can also listen to the audio about strategies for health. You can read and understand the article about healthier cities. And also you can discuss, compare ideas, and expressing agreement in this unit in some writing as well and some speaking activities. Now, in this part, you're going to learn the vocabulary, matching the photos about health and lifestyle, and discuss with a partner about health activities and listen to an audio about health. And language focus, as I mentioned a while ago, you're going to learn comparative and superlative adjective and review of adverbs. And listening, listen to a podcast interview of a medical researcher. And reading article about healthier, happier cities, and writing a lifestyle blog about your city or town. And you can also speak, you will have a speaking activity at the end of this unit. So let's play before we will start learning the vocabulary. Four picks one word. Okay, so here, what do you think is this? That is perfect. Good job. That is a earache. Good. Next. Mm, yes, the glider. How about this? Yes, it's a canoe or canoeing. Next. Yes, it's fatigue. That is correct. Backache. Hmm, seems familiar. Allergic. Okay, allergic. Good. Before we proceed, what do you do on your typical day? Example, you can say, I always wake up early in the morning and head to work every day, including weekends. You can say, I always go to school. Okay, thank you for sharing. So let's go now. Let's learn the vocabulary right away. So we have here practices meditation. So we have Marisa. So this is Marisa practicing meditation. Has a sedentary lifestyle and suffer from insomnia. Okay, insomnia means you cannot sleep at night. It's hard for you to sleep. That's Brad. Next, needs to be more conscious of his health habits. That is Brad again. Next, choose a healthy lifestyle to improve his well being through sports. That is Marisa and Kenji. Says biking is definitely his comfort zone. Obviously, that is Kenji. And the last one is likes to watch mountain bikes videos. And that is Kenji again. Thank you. Okay. Now let's answer the vocabulary that we learned a while ago. So let's proceed. Choose the phrases that best explain the bold words. The bold words here are sedentary, insomnia, boost confidence, comfort zone, conscious, meditation. Okay, so number two, like example for number one, an example of sedentary activity is listening to the radio. Sedentary activity, listening to the radio. Number two, in order to deal with insomnia, some people, insomnia is the bold word. So some people, great, sleep in a dark room. A good way to boost confidence is to practice a skill. I am in my comfort zone when I do something. Correct. Boring. People who are conscious of their health, the is word is conscious. Notice what they do. Number six, when people are practicing meditation, meditation is a bold word, they sit still. Okay, they sit still. Thank you. So that's the vocabulary. So now, what do you do when you have downtime? And then discuss this one with your partner. In what ways are your health conscious? Then what kinds of activities are you doing when you are in your comfort zone? Example, I like to nap when I have downtime. Me too, but now I'm working, I'm more conscious of my sleep habits. All right. Thank you. So let's proceed now to the language. So this is comparative versus superlative. So the degree of adjectives has three types. We have absolute, comparative, and superlative degree. So the first, we are going to discuss only focusing on the comparative and superlative degree of adjectives. So some rules about forming comparatives and superlatives. One syllable adjectives generally form the comparative by adding er. Remember that one, adding er, and the superlative by adding est. So example, the word soft, softer is the comparative, the softest is superlative. Cheap, cheaper for comparative, the cheapest for superlative, and so on. Two syllable adjectives, so meaning two sounds. When you say two syllables, two sounds. Example, lucky. Okay, so for lucky, especially the letter Y, you change Y to I and add ER. For comparative. And for superlative, change Y to I and add EST. Lucky is luckier. In superlative, the luckiest. Pretty will become prettier. In the superlative, you can say the prettiest, and so on. Remember the rule. If it's comparative, change the Y to I and add ER. For superlative, change the Y to I and add IEST. Add EST. Now, another one to remember, two syllable adjectives ending in ing, full or less, always form in the comparative with more and the superlative with the most. Example, worried is more worried, in superlative, the most worried. Boring, remember how ing, full or less. Three syllable adjectives which have three or more syllables always form with the word more and most. It means that two or more syllables, three or more syllables, example, dangerous. Okay, 3 syllables. That's 3 syllables already. Dangerous. Okay, so therefore you have to use there more dangerous, the most dangerous. You cannot say dangerous, sir, or dangerousest. There's no like that. Okay, so you add always more and most. Even 2 syllables, like the word worried, but that one is like falling into ing, ed, full, or less. Now, another one to remember, irregular adjectives. These are adjectives that would change into spelling. Example, good for comparative, it's worse or better. For superlative, it's the best. Okay. Bad will become worse. And superlative is the worst. Far, a lot of people get mistakes on this one. So it will become farther or further, and then superlative will be the farthest and the furthest. Use of comparatives. Comparatives are very commonly followed by than in a pronoun or a noun group in order to describe who the other person or thing involved in a comparison. John is taller than me. So that is the uses of comparatives. I think that she's more intelligent than her sister. Other uses of comparatives are mentioned there. So here, so uses of superlatives. Of course, the most uses of superlatives you can be placed before the nouns, okay? Because before the nouns, because the pattern of adjective is adjective plus noun. So it before the noun. Example, the most delicious chocolate cake I've ever eaten. Annabelle was the youngest. This restaurant is the best or the best restaurant. The opposites of comparative and superlatives. So we use the forms less, the opposite of comparative more, and the least as the opposite of the superlative the most. Less is used to indicate that something or someone does not have as much particular quality. This sofa is less comfortable. I've always been less patient than my sister. Let's practice. Use the words given to compare the following pictures. Fashionable. Hmm. She is less fashionable. They are more fashionable. So you can see less fashionable and more fashionable. Another one, impulsive. He is impulsive when he is excited. Cautious. Adults are very cautious solving puzzles. Let's rewrite the sentences. Number one, than is broad kanji lazier. Can you rewrite the sentence? Correct. Brad is lazier than Kenji. Next, most gets the Kenji exercise. Right. Kenji gets the most exercise. Next, meditates less Marisa Kenji than. Kenji meditates less than Marisa. Very good. You got it right. Let's go now. Number four, sedentary Brad, the has most lifestyle. That is perfect. Brad has the most sedentary lifestyle. Number five, the Marisa emotion is her most of conscious well-being. Marisa is the most conscious of her emotional being, well-being. of her emotions. Confidently, Brad Kenji rides than more. Okay, Kenji rides more confidently than Brad. That is great. Use the words in the box to complete the sentence. Confident, carefully, good. Okay, you ready now? Let's answer now. Far, big, and old. Number two, his neighborhood is farthest away from school. Our new building is bigger than. My friend drives more carefully than I do. Children are more confident about their physical abilities. I slept better when I was a child than I do now. That is true. Okay, next is answer the following questions with your own opinion. What is the worst day to eat a big meal? Is it morning, evening, or late at night? How about this one? Who drives better the best? 20-year-old, 30-year-old, or 40-year-old? Hmm. Now for four, which is better for your mental health? Having a lot of friends or having one or two close friends? Having a lot of friends. Okay. What is the effective way to reduce stress? Exercise, meditate, or listen to music? Oh, I like everything. Yes. Thank you. So that's the end of week five, where you are learning the following vocabulary related to health and lifestyle, grammar related to comparative and superlative degree of adjectives. Thank you. So let's proceed to week six. So where you are going to learn the following text about healthier cities, discussion and writing about comparing opinions and expressing agreements, talking about some statements, whether to agree or disagree with the statement. Let's listen now, but before listening to the audio, answer the following questions. Do you believe in taking vitamin pills to stay healthy? Hmm. Why or why not? Okay. Number two, do you think your perceptions about treatment can affect your health? Have you ever used visualization to help you be successful? Okay. Let's listen now. Okay, thank you so much for that one. So you have time to think of that answer. So let's proceed now to listening. Thank you for sharing about your thought. This one, let's go now to listening.
Live your best life. Page 20. Listening. 2. Listen to the podcast interview with the medical researcher. Choose the correct ending for each sentence. Most of us are in constant conversation with our body. I'm hungry, it says, or my feet hurt, and we try to obey it as much as we can. Sometimes we have orders for it. Get up and go for a run, we say, or don't go to sleep now, you still have 3 chapters to read before tomorrow. But how far does this relationship go? Is there communication between the mind and the body that we are not consciously aware of? Today on the Better Living podcast, we explore the ways our thoughts shape our health. We're going to start with the writer Eli Finnegan, who has written a book called The Conversation Within, a collection of essays on the ways our body speaks to us. Welcome, Eli. Thanks for having me, Minerva. So, in your book, you write a lot about the placebo effect. I've always understood it to mean that if you believe medicine will cure you, it will. Well, sort of. There's a common experiment that goes something like this. One group of patients takes a sugar pill and another group takes a real pill. The patients do not know if they are taking the fake sugar pill or real medicine, but the researchers do. Next, the researchers see which group gets better. And there's no difference, right? The people who take the fake pill, the placebo as you call it, are as likely to feel better as the ones who take the medicine. Yes, you're right. The fake pill is generally as effective as the real one. That's an experiment that has been done many times, and it's very helpful because it suggests that our beliefs can affect our health. Not just eating vegetables and getting exercise? Well, eating vegetables and getting exercise are important, but it's also important to look at what we believe about our levels of diet and activity. As with the pills, if a person believes they are exercising and eating well, their body will actually be healthier than someone with the same lifestyle but who believes they have a sedentary lifestyle. So, if I believe that washing the dishes is good exercise, will I get more health benefits from it? Right, and that's a mental trick you can use. Just remind yourself that housework is exercise, and according to research, your heart rate, weight, and other health indicators are likely to show improvement. Amazing! Just because of my attitude towards housework. Yes, that's what research tells us. Of course, I'm not saying you shouldn't exercise, but it might help to develop a belief that your habits are healthier. And Minerva, I've got another mental trick that I think you'll like even better. It's about stress. I'm sure our listeners have plenty of that. You know that stress is bad for you, right? Lots of people say it makes you sick and can even shorten your life. Right. Some people say stress is worse than a bad diet. Well, not always. What? It turns out that what really matters is how you think about stress. If you change your perception of stress, if you see it as a benefit, as a way that your body is helping you by giving you energy, you will not experience as many negative health effects. So I've been thinking about it all wrong? Yes. Here's an example. When you are about to do something important, like take part in a graduation or give a speech, how do you feel? Excited, nervous, wonderful? Yes, these are all conditions in which your body creates stress hormones. These chemicals actually provide you with the mental focus to fully participate in the situation. Now think about public speaking. Many people experience stress when they have to give a talk in front of an audience. What that nervous feeling is your body giving you the gift of focus and energy so you can do your best. I never thought about it that way before. I have one more. Great. First, we have to take a short break, but as soon as we get back, we want to hear it.
Thank you for listening. So let's proceed now to answering it. So you're listening to the podcast already interview. So with that one, please let's answer. Okay, first one. All right, the conversation quotes that introduce the podcast reflect conversation between the mind and the body. Number two, the placebo effect happens when a patient takes a fake pill and gets better. According to Ellie Finnegan, people can improve their health indicators by changing their ideas about stress. Stress hormones are something that is produced by the body when a person is nervous or excited. Here, while listening a while ago, write A if Eli Finnegan agrees with a statement, or D if he disagrees or it's not given. It is possible to improve your heart rate by changing your attitude. Yes, it is. Um, Eli agree on it. It is important to get enough sleep. Not given is not mentioning in the podcast. Researchers' experiments on patients are not helpful. Helpful, he disagrees. Having close friends can reduce stress. Not given. Stress can help you be better public speaker. That is correct. Housework can be considered a form of exercise. It is. He agrees on that. Good. Okay. Thank you. So that's the end of our listening part. So before reading, answer the following question with your group. Where do you go to enjoy your free time in your city? What makes the place attractive? How do you feel while you are there? Okay, great. I appreciate the discussion with your group. Let's proceed now into reading. Before reading that, is nature in cities a necessity or a luxury? Mhm. Okay. All right. So for me, I believe that nature in cities is necessity actually. But somehow for places that are like full of buildings already, full of infrastructure, so it would be a luxury because they're going to create their own. So that's that's costly. So however for cities that has parks in it, it's really good because people will go there jogging, exercising, and it really looks good to have parks or having in nature parks in the city. So here, healthier, happier future cities. So as you can see here, research in the field of environmental psychology suggests that according to Minku, sums it up by saying that having a nature in our lives is more important than many people. That's why I love nature so much. So her research shows that exposure to green spaces has psychological and health benefits. That is so true. I agree with this one. And when this research is applied to urban planning, cities begin to look and feel very different. Just like in the photo, look at that one. So it has trees, it looks different when the city has trees, something like plants or even parks. Other cities have found and developed land along rivers and canals. In Houston, a system of waterways that carry rainwater out of the city are now 150 miles of parkway called linear parks. They have different access points around town and have become as popular as traditional parks. That is crazy. That is really good. Really love to go there someday in Houston. Another initiative is to find more places to put gardens like Tokyo. Tokyo homeowners are experimenting with vertical gardens as you can see in the photo. That is so good. It looks beautiful and stunning. So it's healthy and we seem to have more ideas when we are moving. So it's a win-win for everyone. Somehow it's luxury, but it looks beautiful. So if people have a lot of money and they can do their own like this, then that is fine. Let's answer the following question. So write the name of the city or cities for each nature initiative. Good. This one is Houston, Singapore, Seoul, Mexico. There are vertical gardens in it. It's Tokyo. Great. People are more creative. Okay, hold on. The city produces clean energy. It's letter E. A super tree collects solar energy. The crime rate goes down. It's letter B. Walking to school helps 7-year-old Raul focus in school. The crime rates go down. It's letter D. Neighbors go for walks, talk, and protect each other. Before you go on writing, answer the questions below and try to decipher the things you want to see more in your city. Where would you like to see more green space? What will it look like after? What does this place look like now? And what will there be more or less of? So write a blog about lifestyle of your city using the information you have written a while ago. These questions, the answer to this one, and write a blog about it, just like this one. In your blog, you have to include here something that you are fascinated with or get excited about something or something in your city. You may start by looking for a place in your city that catches your attention. Okay, so I hope you can write a blog and I'm hoping that you can post it. All right, thank you. Now let's proceed to the last activity, which is speaking. So, how do you like to meet new people? When you disagree with someone, do you speak up or stay quiet? Or do you ask questions and listen? Or do you like to answer questions and speak? Or when you speak in the group, what is easy for you and what is hard? All right, thank you so much for sharing the thoughts about this. Let's proceed here. Match this agreement and disagreement phrases with what they mean. That's interesting. Great. That is, I choose not to agree with you, but I am not disagreeing either. Do you really think so? Yes, I'm surprised you think that way. I feel exactly the same way. I strongly agree this one. Let's discuss a few other ideas before we decide. Perfect. I want to learn more before I decide. I think so too. What does it mean? Yes, my opinion is the same as yours. You're kidding, right? It's hard for me to believe you. Okay, share your thoughts on agreeing or disagreeing on the statement below. So, discuss the statements below with your partner, decide on your relationship in the box, and use the phrases from activity 2 in your discussion. So, speaking tip, use expressions of agreement to show enthusiasm when you have the same opinion, such as, I know, I feel exactly the same way. All right, so these are the things. Exercise is a waste of time. I have too many other things to do. So you have to talk with your partner with this one. So enjoy talking and discussing. All right. Good job. Thank you so much. I think that would be all for this time. So these are the sources that I use. You can check this one if you want. All right. And thank you so much for this or for today. Thank you and have a great, great day.